shows out on Collins. I be.
What's going on, everybody? The Original Mako back with some very exciting stuff today. But first, make sure you check those links down in the description, the Patreon, the Twitch, everything down there. I would really appreciate the support on any of it. Twitch is getting really close to 1,000 followers, and we are still pushing towards some Patreon goals. So please help me out. There's a ton of exclusive content on Patreon, and for as little as $3 a month, you can see all of it. Most of it. There's a couple things for higher tiers, but you can see a lot of the content that's over there. So thank you. Please check those out. I would really appreciate it. But let's just jump right into this update today because there is some big news right at the beginning. So let's. Oh, hold on. I was gonna see if I can. Can I not do that? Whatever. Oh my gosh, this is going terribly. Okay, so. In this update, we've added some spiritual blessing and enhanced oculate scrolls, tweaked some weapons, and optimized the experience with controllers. We've also enhanced the punishment for players using cheats in multiplayer mode, and will further enhance the methods to discipline misbehaving players in future updates. Meanwhile, we have noticed that many players have attempted to leave early repeatedly in reincarnation mode, and plan to address this issue in the September update. The 1.0 version is still under development and is expected to be released sometime between late October to November. I've been saying November for a while, and I'm sticking by it. I think it will be in November, but we have at least a window of potential release time for the 1.0 update. Round of applause. So it gives us a little bit of a time frame, a couple months out, as I expected. But hopefully, they're working hard on it, and it'll exceed our expectations. Now, from here down, I haven't looked at any of this, so this is all going to be new to me, and we'll see what happens. So new spiritual blessings and oculate scrolls. New spiritual blessings. Eye of Providence, vaults, and golden treasure chests are visible on the minimap. Interesting. Don't know how useful that is or how good that is compared to other remnants, at least for me, because I know pretty much every golden chest spawn and not missing vaults on purpose, or not missing vaults accidentally too often. And then Oculate Booster, there's a 50% chance for scrolls dropped by enemies to become enhanced. Now this one is interesting because there's not too many times that enemies are going to drop scrolls other than elites. And if there's a challenge in the room, then an enemy will drop a scroll. But enhanced scrolls are significantly better than normal scrolls. And it's a 50% chance, so this actually could be very useful. And I'm interested to see if it's going to be worth it in practice or not, but I'll definitely try that out. Spiritual Blessing adjustments. Adjusted the effect of Unstoppable Momentum. Plus 100% base damage for the next leap when you hit an enemy with leap, up to 5 stacks, and you remove all stacks on a miss. So this is... You'll see, guys, that I have a remnant tier list coming out today, and it doesn't reflect these changes because I didn't know this existed until just now, and I already made that video. But this is a better version of Unstoppable Momentum, in my opinion, because the other one, you're not going to get many stacks of it in Reincarnation 7, because you have to kill an enemy with leap to get stacks. This is just hitting an enemy with leap, you get stacks, and you can get up to 500% base damage. This would have drastically changed my leap build from the other day, so maybe we'll have to come back to that. Next, Weapon Genius. When dual wielding, plus 30% rate of fire and 30% chance not to consume ammo when both weapons are the same type. Otherwise, plus 50% lucky shot chance. This just absolutely breaks my heart, because I really liked how Weapon Genius was before, where when you were dual wielding the same weapon type, you got plus 100% weapon damage. You just doubled your weapon damage. That is no longer the case anymore, and it is significantly worse. The rate of fire increase is nice. Chance not to consume ammo is nice, but the double damage was just more fun. Almost certainly. I'll still try it out, but almost certainly the double damage was more fun. If a player, while holding Craftsman's Inheritor, if a player still picks up Oculate Scrolls after meeting the upper limit, they can carry a random discardable scroll will now be dropped. So I don't know how it worked in the past, I'm going to be honest, but that's how it works now. Speaking of Oculate Scrolls, we have a lot of enhanced Oculate Scrolls to go through. Jesus. Elemental Weave. Elemental damage will always cause elemental effect for 6 seconds after swapping weapon, so just doubles the time. Recover 1 HP when you pick up copper or ammo, and increase max HP by 1 for 10 seconds. Probably, that's not bad. You're not going to get a lot of the max HP out of it, but it'll definitely help out a little bit, I suppose. All right, I'm going to try not to yawn. I just woke up, sorry. Flowing Wind. While moving, the faster you move, the less damage you take, up to minus 20% damage taken. And the higher you... Oh, and the more weapon and skill damage you do as well. So not just a damage reduction, but a damage incretion. Is that a word? I don't think so. As well. Persistent. Minus 0.8% damage taken for every 1% total HP missing. Wow. That with airbag means you're taking no damage. Yeah, Jesus. That's insane, actually. Arms Dealer. Minus 20% damage taken and plus 30% weapon and skill damage for 3 seconds whenever you consume 10 ammo. Excuse me. Isn't that usually 100 ammo? It's that big of a change. Interesting. Oh my god. Enhanced Lightless Shield. Gain 3 stacks of Lightless Shield every 30 seconds. Each stack prevents an attack and is consumed afterwards, gaining plus 75% weapon and skill damage for 3 seconds. You can only have 3 stacks. Yeah, that's just better Lightless Shield. Enhanced Phantom Skin. Gain 1 stack of Phantom Skin every 10 seconds. 1 stack is consumed when you take damage, restoring 50% shield and armor and granting movement speed for 3 seconds. Okay. Lightless Shield is definitely still better, but still a really good scroll. 33% chance to reset the cooldown when you use primary skill or dash, and a 15% chance to reset the primary skill cooldown when using a secondary skill. Interesting. Very interesting. That's not that much crazier than the original Magic Watch, but still. Magnetic Coil. Every 6 seconds, release a pulse. I'm assuming the other 2 elemental scrolls, coil things are going to be there. So 6 seconds instead of 10 seconds, just way more often. Abnormal Speed. Plus 5% movement speed for every 10% total HP you currently have. Oh, so it's not just about armor anymore. It's HP and armor. Pog. Consume Coin Shot. Consume 2 copper with plus 60% weapon damage on hit. Killing an enemy in 5 hits refunds all the copper spent on the enemy. If you trigger a crit hit, lucky shot, or elemental effect on hit, you'll be refunded the copper you spent. I'm going to be interested to try this out, because almost every time you're either going to be killing an enemy in 5 shots, critting, lucky shotting, or causing an elemental effect when you hit. So this seems like it should have no downside. Theoretically. Mid-air strike. Plus 50% weapon and skill damage and minus 90% damage taken while in mid-air. For me, that's going to be a must-take because I jump around consistently. So that's actually crazy. Casual Gunmanship. Plus 20% lucky shot chance, and there is still a 20% chance to inflict a crit hit if you don't hit weak spots. So takes away the downside and adds a chance to hit crit for explosive weapons. And for if you're not hitting a crit, you still have a chance to hit one anyway. So that's kind of crazy. Oh. Enhanced Elemental Torment. 20% lucky shot chance against enemies under elemental effect. There's a 20% chance to apply an elemental effect when hitting an enemy not affected by any elemental effect. What? So you're telling me there's a 20% chance to apply an elemental effect when you hit an enemy not affected, even if you don't have an elemental weapon? Huh. Well, that's interesting. Okay, Brief Respite. Gain immunity to all damage for half a second after swapping weapons. that sounds the same, but maybe the only case I'm thinking where this might be different is, I think with the original Brief Respite, if you're like burning or taking damage over time from like a corrosive enemy or something and you swap, it doesn't work, or does it still? Maybe it's just a little bit longer, but I feel like it's not. I don't know. I don't know what the original Brief Respite number is on how long you're immune after swapping. Anyway, Speedy Pursuit. Plus 50% lucky shot chance for 2 seconds after dashing. Minus 1 second dash cooldown after inflicting a lucky shot. So just increase your dash cooldown a little bit. Could be really useful, actually. Berserk Soul plus 1% lucky shot chance for every 1% HP missing. That's pretty crazy. Merciless Strike plus 50% lucky shot chance on a crit and plus 0.5 crit multiplier on a lucky shot. Pretty good. Pretty good. Minus 30% damage taken on your shield and armor is not 0. So this reinforced eggshell just takes away the downside of it, where you take more damage when your armor breaks. So, and then Blazing Hoop and Realm of Corrosion, same thing, every 6 seconds. Enhanced Spirit Feline. Plus 100%, but each damage taken won't exceed 11%. So just even better version of the best thing in the game. And an absolute win condition in Reincarnation. And then Oculate Scrolls that obtain effects after a certain time interval will start counting time after being picked up. For example, Magnetic Coil and Lightless Shield. Okay, good. So you'll be able to see that hopefully on the screen. And optimize the description of Deadly Curse plus 75%. Okay, so they just optimize its description. Now there's a lot of weapon changes from what I saw, so I'm interested to see. Well, maybe not. There's only a couple weapons getting changed. But Shrieker. Charge up a shot that causes a small AoE explosion after hitting enemies and generates a larger explosion when hitting a barrier. That has been changed to, or it's been added. Guarantees a critical explosion damage after hitting a weak spot. Hitting a barrier causes a massive explosion. So guarantees a crit explosion if you crit their head. Interesting. Crit damage increased, reduced vertical recoil, and slightly accelerated the recovery speed. Decreased the attack interval and optimized burst experience. And exclusive inscription adjustments. Removed the exclusive inscription, charge time minus 50, reload speed up. And a new one, piercing plus 1, and guarantees critical explosion damage after piercing a weak spot. And for every enemy hit, plus 25% damage dealt up to plus 100%. Interesting. I'm going to be trying this out probably first thing today on stream. Interesting. I'm interested to see how that goes. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like it's definitely better, but how much better is the question. Optimize the firing animation of Rainbow, reload animation of Lightning Blast, Sting's recoil in 2-shot mode, the Talisman mechanic. Regular fire and the weapon skill can now home in on open vault. Okay. And now some inscription adjustments. That's the only weapon that actually got changed. That's kind of sad, but it's okay. The Frenzied Sharks exclusive that was plus 50% damage for every bounce has now been changed to plus 50% damage dealt for every bounce the projectile made. Max plus 100. What? They just added the word dealt. Oh. I guess it could have been a little confusing before. The Frenzied Shark is just in a downward spiral, and it's gone so far down at this point that Bloody Drill exclusive was hits on a bleeding enemy deal plus 50% damage, and now it's hits on a bleeding enemy gain plus 50% damage dealt. Okay, they're just changing their wording. And then a Dual Fang exclusive inscription. During shooting, plus 40% elemental effect chance for each second, up to 400%. Reset when the charge clears. And then when the charge is full, plus 40% elemental effect chance every second, up to plus 400%. So it's really the same thing, just worded a little bit differently. Pretty much. Great. Optimize the pickup range of some weapons. Simplified descriptions of some weapons. Optimize gunfight experience with cavalry, rainbow arc, lightning blast, and fire scale. Optimize the special effect of laser gloves when the beam hits certain things. And a new weapon enhancement. Increases elemental effect chance of elemental weapon by 60% to 80%. Pretty good. Nothing. The Shrieker's the only thing that's even remotely interesting there. Hero. Adjusted the mechanism of Lightless Ascension magical supply. After player triggers and recasts Fatal Current, projectiles that have already launched won't trigger again. Only shots fired after the Fatal Current can recast Thunderstrike. That's actually really, really good because Strike Wing could kind of screw you with magical supply before, and now that's much less likely to happen. So it's not a huge change, but it's a very important one and a really good change, actually. Some controller changes that I'm not going to go through, but if you play controller, take a peek, have a look. UI. Monsters in the Duo Fjord will no longer run out of the map. Adjusted the combat difficulty in Longling Tomb Stage 3. Interesting. Adjusted the difficulty of a route in the basement of Longling. Adjusted the difficulty of boulder challenges. Oh boy. That'll be interesting. Adjusted the spawn parameter of Elite Spearman. The monster will no longer show up in tiny groups. Yes. Thank you. Oh my god. That's so much better. So much better. Reduce the lifesteal range of the Annihilation Monk and Elite Monk. Also super pog. Daily challenge. Adjusted the effect of gradual... I thought it was a decent change. It's not. I don't care about daily challenges. If you do, there you go. Audio. Reduce the frequency of character voices playing when being attacked. And then a lot of bug fixes. So if you've been dealing with any bugs, take a look to see if any of the ones you've been dealing with are fixed here. Here's the first set of fixes. And now I'm going to scroll down and give you the second set of fixes. So there it is, everybody. The update, the release time for the 1.0 update is coming soon. I know I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited. Let me know in the comments what type of stuff you want to see in the 1.0 update, or even next month's update, because there's going to be an update in September that has, some balance changes and stuff like that, kind of like this one. Hopefully a little bit more. But they are hard at work at the 1.0 update, so I get it. But let me know what you want to see in that 1.0 update. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support as always. Make sure to check those links in the description, and I'll catch you all in the next video.